Good afternoon, guys. History in Miniature here. I just want to show you some new figs for my hobby update for this past week. So let's jump into it. These are all figs from various pulp manufacturers. They're pulp figures, Warlord Games, Dixon, and so let's dive in from left to right. The first one is a gangster. It's a pretty cool mini. We call it. I did them with some yellows, and then I use a thing called Marine Juice, which is a mix of Agrax or Strong Tone, Lamian Medium, and Reichland Flesh Aid. I still have to do the bases on these guys, but so far I'm pretty happy with how they came out, and they're going to look really good when they're done. The next figure is from Warlord Games. He's a partisan throwing a Molotov cocktail. This guy can be used for, I'm doing a 1930s gangster game for Historicon. This is a really cool mini. A lot of character. Use browns, greens, and the Marine Juice. I highly recommend Marine Juice for all your hobby painting needs. Another figure I did was from Dixon, which is really cool. It's it's another gangster holding a Thompson gun. This could also be used as a G-Man. It's a mix of I used a lot of brown paints and silvers and the Marine Juice again. The next figure I'm using is from Pulp Figs. I use contrast paint for the hair from Army Painter. Really cool. I use contrast peachy flesh to start off under a white base, and then I dry brush with a Vallejo flat skin tone, which really comes out good, followed by Marine Juice. Next figure is from Pulp Figs. It's a gangster with a shotgun. Just really happy. These figures are full of character. Love the sculpts. The next one here we've got is a gangster with a shotgun, which is a really cool figure from Dixon Miniatures. I usually also done with Marine Juice. And then we've got a really cool fig, a gangster with a rifle. These will all be featured at Historicon, so if you see me there, come on by the table and introduce yourselves. Would love to meet you. My favorite mini that I did was this gangster in a white suit. It's a really cool freaking mini. It's from Pulp Figs. I hate doing white, but this came out pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I used a pro acrylic white from my local hobby store. Really cool and really shows the shadows. Next figure is another gangster from Dixon using blue. Really cool with a Thompson gun and all that. Next figure I did for my pulp. I love pulp, as you saw in my previous videos. The next one is going to be Colonel Vogel from The Last Crusade. This is a Pulp Figs figure, German officer. Yeah, it's really cool. I want to do, when I do run my Germans for Pulp, have the iconic movie villain in there. So next, we've got a bunch of really cool French that I did. So next up will be that. So like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next one. Good afternoon, guys. Here's some more figures that I've worked on for the weekend. These are French from a mix of artisan, pulp figures, and artisan mainly and pulp figures. These are all French Foreign Legion for the desert. Really cool models. Lots of character. I use GW Eros Dunes as the base color, and then I paint all the flesh colors, weapons, and all that and then I wash with marine juice, like I talked about in the earlier part of this video. These figures are have a lot of character. You can order them from Pulp Figures, Bob Murch's website. These will go great in my French army for the Free French. Really cool sculpts. One of my favorites is the sergeant with the riding crop and the book. Really cool model, really fun to paint. Lots of character. I also really love the mounted officer on a horse. You get this in a pack of dismounted figures, but really cool, really character model, really easy to paint. Really love these figures. They're gorgeous and highly recommend them for anyone looking to get into interwar or World War II in the desert. We've also got a guy in a fez. This is from their Back from Beyond range. Really cool model. Highly recommend for people who want to paint just fun characters for your various armies. Also got a sapper here. Really cool model. These are really easy to paint too, so I highly recommend them. But yeah, so that's some more of what I worked on this week. On to the next. Thanks. Hey guys, here's the next video for what I worked on this weekend. These are some French Moroccan goumiers from a mix of Wargames Atlantic French heads and arms with the Wargames Atlantic Afghan box, plastic box of foot Afghans. Really cool models. Some of the arms didn't go that well on them, but painted up, you can hardly tell that of the wonkiness. But yeah, these models are really cool, really colorful, really fit the period. I love this officer, which I took just standard French kit from the Wargames Atlantic bodies. They give you extra officers, so I created a colonial Moroccan officer to lead them. The Moroccan officers were handpicked by their the way they treated the Gooms. They were very trusted by their Goom subordinates, which is how the French chose who was going to lead these fierce African warriors from the mountains of Algeria. So here's another one with the Afghan arm and a French Lebel rifle hand. Really cool. I still gotta base these guys, so I apologize for that. But really cool model. Highly recommend. Also got a guy with a machine gun, which is a really cool model from the French set. The head is from the Wargames Atlantic French. Really cool. Highly recommend. On to the next one. Hey guys, here's another thing I worked on this weekend. I worked on a lot of stuff this weekend. These are all the Perry French Foreign Legion from the Perry brothers. They're medals. They're kind of old sculpts, to be honest, but they're really cool and they paint up pretty good. They have a wide range of French, free French for this period. I much prefer, though, however, the Artisan and the Pulp Figs in terms of character. However, Perry does put out a huge range of vehicles, artillery pieces, machine guns, and infantry for the Free French. So, if you're looking for a complete range, they're the go-to for this period. But I'll just show you some of them. They're a little small, but not too bad. Really like, they're really fun to paint. The Legion, really iconic unit throughout history. the machine gun laying down. Even got a Senegalese from their Senegal troops that they put out. Really cool. Really highly recommend these troops. So let's move on to the next one. Okay guys, here's another thing I worked on. These are 3D printed French motorcycles for North Africa. They're from a company called Free French Ludicarum from France. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing this, but really cool models. I bought them from the website. They're Legion motorcyclists. I use them in bolt action as regular French motorcycles, but really cool models, really easy to paint. The silver actually on these were used with the AK interactive paint pens, which are amazing. I absolutely love them. They make doing small details really controllable and really easy. Also got the officer leading them on a sidecar. Really cool model. Just gotta base these guys up. They're gonna fit really well with my Free French for North Africa. Super cool, super characterful. I wish they made more dynamic poses, but it is what it is. They're just really cool French models and very unique on the tabletop. I'm excited to get these on the table to play. Let's go and see what the last thing that I finished this month. Okay guys, this is the last thing I finished for the month for painting for the month of June. These guys are not what you expect to see on most channels on YouTube, but these are the French sailors, or the Marines, the French Marines in their famous bocces, the blue hats with the red pom-pom. These figures are a mix of 3D printed, and the guys in the greatcoats are from Woodbine Designs, Gripping Beast. They're metal World War I range. You can buy the heads. However, these figures also work very well for World War II. It does get cold in the desert, so the fact they're wearing trench coats in my Free French Army isn't completely out of place. They're really good models. Highly recommend them. They're easy to paint. Just the Aeros dunes with a bunch of, and painting all the equipment, faces, and then marine choosing them. Really cool, really different sort of unit to what was seen in the past. So, if you like what you see here, please like and subscribe to my video, or my channel. It's really cool. I love bringing these unique units to you guys, showing you how I paint them. Be on the lookout for more content, and hope you have a wonderful weekend and a great rest of your month out here.